Hello, everyone, and welcome to Football United TV. Me and Anthony will be talking everything Europa and Europa Conference League from tonight. Let's get straight to it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Football United TV. I'm Charlie, and I'm joined by Anthony. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. And you?
I'm not bad at all. We'll get straight to it then. Tonight, of course, it's been Europa and Europa Conference League, and there's a lot to talk about. So we'll get straight to it. We'll start with the Europa League. So the format has changed slightly this year. It has been in last season there was 48 teams in the Europa League. Of course, it's the first season for the Conference League, so that went down to 32. There's 32 also in the Conference League. Of course, 8 teams dropped down from the Champions League to Europa. Tonight has been teams that finished second in the Europa League group against teams who dropped down from the Champions League. So the first game we'll talk about, all these ties are 2-leg ties. So, for example, you won't see teams like West Ham, who finished top of their group, involved tonight. So we'll get straight to it then. We'll start at the Camp Nou. Barcelona 1, Napoli 1. What was your thoughts on this game, Anthony?
It was a good game. I mean, Napoli was, I believe Napoli was winning at half time. They 1-0 and then Barcelona equalised. To be honest with you, it's all to play for in this game, even though it's 1-0 and the favour lies with Napoli, obviously getting the away goal. But, you know, I mean, I think it's going to be a bit of dispute in that next game. So it's going to be a hard one to pick a winner next one. I think in that next game, in the next leg, it most probably go into penalties, to be honest with you.
Of course, away goals have been scrapped this year as well, so away goals don't count as much as they did last season. So it's all to play for in the second leg in Naples there. So how do you think?
I haven't really read much of the rules, Charlie. I mean, obviously, you know, my team's obviously not in there this season. You know, so I get the tissues now. You know, but but yeah, I haven't read much of the rules. I thought the away goals were still applied, but obviously, like what you said, they didn't apply. So, which is a good thing, you know, in one way. So, yeah, but I reckon the next game, I reckon it'd be penalties.
Yeah. So the next game, a shock result as Rangers from Scotland go to the Signal Iduna Park in Dortmund to win 4-2 away from home. That's a great result for Rangers, isn't it?
Oh, it's a fantastic result. Do you know what, Charlie? I think for me, this got to be game of the night. You know, I wouldn't expect Rangers to win this game. I mean, 1-0, let alone 4-2. To be honest with you, I did think most probably that, like, obviously for Rangers, you know, obviously not versus Dortmund, but Rangers, I really thought this game, if Rangers could pull some out of the bag, I thought it would have been a draw at least. But, you know, I mean, they stuck in well, they played well. I was watching highlights of this game a little bit on YouTube, obviously before I come on the stream. And I got to be honest with you, there was a couple of good goals in this game, even though scored by Rangers as well. So I think they could be the favourites to go into the next game, because obviously they're at home in the next game, and obviously they got the advantage in that. So I reckon they'll go into the next round of that, which obviously would be the round of 16 when it exists 32. So
Yeah.
Well done, Rangers.
Yeah. Did forget to ask you, but how do you see the second leg of the Barca Napoli game going?
Barca Napoli game. I because it was 1-1, wasn't it? I think that could possibly be a draw, in the next game as well, and it most probably go into into penalty shootout. But then again, it's 50-50. Whoever wins, obviously, as you know, goes through. So, fair play to the winner that actually gets that. So it's all to play for, though. Definitely all to play for.
Yeah. Next up, the team who dropped down from the Champions League, the Moldovan champions, beat Real Madrid away from home earlier in the season. Sheriff, they beat Braga by 2-0. That's a great result for them, isn't it?
Well, it is a great result for them, yeah. I got to be honest with you, this Sheriff team, I haven't really heard of them, have you?
Not really,
I haven't
no.
really heard of them at all. So obviously, fair play to them. I don't know if they're like what we call a pub team or a Sunday team or whatever, but yeah, fair play to them. Going in, beating Braga, scoring obviously 2 goals and keeping a clean sheet, which then they're away in the next game. So, they've just got basically just remain tight, and then it'd be good for them to get into the next round.
Yeah, it would. Next up, Zenit 2, Real Betis 3. A very good game. Real Betis coming out on top. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, it was a good game. Very good game. 5 goals in it. 3-2 to Real Betis. I don't think, from what I've heard of this game, going into the second game, the next game, I think anything could happen. There's only 1 goal difference. Don't get me wrong, it's a good win for Real Betis, but in your next game, the opponents, they can pick up obviously what you've been playing, like obviously in this game, in the first game, and they'll learn from that mistake and take, the positives out of this into the next game and more. So, it could be a different ball game in the next game. So, but good luck to whoever wins and goes through into the next round.
Yeah. Who do you think will make it to the next round?
I'll be honest with you. I fancy. They won tonight, Real Betis. I would fancy them to go through.
Yeah. And the Sheriff Braga game, who do you expect to go through in this one?
Well, Sheriff, to me, you look at that game, they're obviously the underdogs and they won tonight. So it'd be great for Sheriff to go in, play next game, play it well, and go into the round of 16. So I got to vote for the underdogs here, Charlie. I've never heard of them, so fair shake to them.
Yeah. Next up, Atalanta 2, Olympiacos 1. A very tight game. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it was a tight game. Definitely a tight game. I think obviously Atalanta is they won 2-1. I think they're pretty much. I think in this game you could pretty much call them the favourites, couldn't you? Even in tonight's game and going into the next game. So I think with Atalanta, I think they will go through. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they were in the Champions League, weren't they?
Yeah,
and
they were
I think they were. Yeah, Man United's group. I think did they beat them or drew with them in their first game?
They drew at home and then lost in the last couple of minutes at Old Trafford.
Yeah, so I think they remain favourites in this game, so they're going to the round of 16.
Yeah. Next up, another tight game here. Porto 2, Lazio 1. Looking at this game on paper, this is a very even match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very even match. The possession was the even match, both defending, attacking, obviously Lazio won. Porto won this game because obviously they were the home favourites there. I think, in other words, this game, when it goes into the next game and Lazio home, I think you're talking a different game until I think Lazio most probably would win this one in the next round.
Yeah.
The next game, they'll go on to the next round. You can't underestimate Lazio sometimes. They can just pull something out of the bag, which I think they'll do in the next game, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Another very even match on paper here. RB Leipzig 2, Real Sociedad 2. 2 penalties in the second half for either side. Real Sociedad took the lead, and then an equaliser by the main man for RB Leipzig this season, Christopher Nkunku, made it 2-2 in this one. What were your thoughts on this game, and who do you expect to go through in the next round?
Well, it was a good game. It's a good game, exciting games. Like what you said, it was 2 penalties in the second half to each team. Final score of it being 2-2. There wasn't really much difference between these two. To be honest with you, from what I've read, there's no difference between the two at all. So, I think the next game would be good as well. I think it'd just be you can't really split them from down the middle at the minute. So, but I feel Real Sociedad, they're at home. They could most probably do it at home. They might be. I think RB's that they can go. They blow hot and cold at the minute, don't they? So, but yeah, I think Real Sociedad, I think they might do it and they'll go through.
Yeah. And then the final game in the Europa League, Sevilla 3, Dinamo Zagreb 1. Anthony Martial scored his first goal for Sevilla tonight. What was your thoughts on this game?
Another good game. I mean, Anthony Martial scoring his first goal. Wasn't a bad goal, actually, Charlie. It was quite a good goal. I got to be honest with you, with Sevilla, I think they're around about. I think they're doing well in their league as well, aren't they? They're at the top. Second. I think they're about second or third, aren't they? Second, are they? So yeah. So and I think going away in the next game. I think, to be honest with you, I think they'll win their next game. I'll have to go. I'll most probably go, even though they're away. I'll most probably go for a 2-0 win for them, and we'll go right into the round of 16. So obviously they're favourites. They're favourites to win this game and go in the next round. So fair play to them.
Yeah, big up Chelsea fan in the chat as well. Hope you're well, mate. So that is the Europa League covered. We'll go to the Europa Conference League then. The first game being Midtjylland 1, PAOK 0. Midtjylland, who are currently in they're at the top of the Danish league. They faced PAOK, who are currently in give me a moment. PAOK are in second in the Greek league. So two OK sides in similar standard leagues. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, to be honest with you, I've never really heard of the first team, to be honest with you. I mean, I did check the results, obviously, before I come on stream. Obviously 1-0. I mean, fair play to them. I think I think the next game, going into the next game, I think it'll be another tight game, to be honest with you. I just want you to PAOK. Did you pronounce the last bit for me, Charlie?
Thessaloniki?
Yes.
Trying to do me in
there. I thought I'll have to get you on something. But yeah, I think it'd be a close game. I think it most probably be might be a draw. But listen, whoever goes through on that, they deserve it. And there's quarterfinals in this one in the next round of this conference. So, but yeah.
Next up then is Fenerbahce 2, Slavia Prague 3. A very good result for Slavia Prague. A tough place to go there.
It is, yeah. Another good game with goals in it, 5 goals. Do I think it's going to be the end of Fenerbahce? No, I don't. I think Fenerbahce are quite good, a good European side. So, and they seem to go far in these sort of obviously definitely in this one in the conference. Fenerbahce I was very used to is obviously Europa League, and sometimes I think they've played a couple of Champions League, obviously going back over the years. Look, but I mean they've been a very good team. Well, they can play well. Do you know what? Even though they lost 3-2 tonight, I'll most probably tip them to win in the next game,
Yeah.
and obviously go through into the quarters.
Yeah. Big up Music United TV as well in the chat there. Next game then, a very good side in PSV Eindhoven. They beat the Israeli side Maccabi Tel Aviv 1-0. What were your thoughts on this game, Anthony?
It was a good win for, well, I say a good win for PSV, but I was expecting PSV. Obviously, for me, they were favourites in this game. I would have thought it would have been more than 1-0. Seriously, I when I was looking at the teams earlier tonight in the games, I thought to myself, PSV was going to win this. I thought with ease, to be honest with you. I was expecting most probably something like maybe a 3-0 win to them, 3, maybe 4, but obviously it wasn't. I think, obviously they're away next game. I think it'd be a bit of a different story. I think they are favourites to go through, in this tournament. I think they're one of the top 3 teams that's left in this tournament, to be honest with you, of the teams that we know of and how they play. So, but yeah, I can see them. They'll go straight into the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Next up then, Rapid Wien 2, Vitesse 1. A fairly even game here. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like you said, a very even game. Obviously, the Vienna, they scored they win 2-1. To be honest with you, it is hard to call on that. Obviously on the next game. I mean, obviously they won this game tonight. The next one, it could be anything, but I think Rapid Vienna most probably slightly, and it's just slightly, edges it for me. So I don't think they should have a big problem. Obviously, going into the next game, winning it, getting to the quarterfinals. But it's like what I said, with all these teams here now in the Europa Conference, it's all about the luck of the draw now, really. I mean, I've got my 3 favourite teams. Well, I say favourite teams, but I think the 3 biggest teams in there. I think you could be talking, if they avoid one another, but they will play at one another as it goes along. So I'm thinking maybe semi-finals, maybe. So, and in all fairness, I think that includes. I think I got to put Leicester City in that category as well. So,
yeah. And then the next game, a very, very disappointing result for Celtic at Paradise. They lost 3-1 at home to Bodo Glimt from Norway. What's your thoughts on this game, Anthony?
Well, I look at this game, and I really thought the scoreline tonight, I thought it would have been the other way around, to be honest with you, but obviously it wasn't. Celtic, I was told Celtic was poor. A friend of mine, he's a Celtic fan, and he messaged me tonight, and he said there was nothing in this game. He said it was very poor. He said basically it's just simple as that. Celtic didn't turn up. They didn't turn up for this game tonight. So, but obviously, as you could tell from the result, but if they are going to win, they've got one hell of well, they got to do well in their next game. Put it that way,
Yeah, and they just need to keep a clean sheet away from home.
They do, yeah.
To stand any chance, in my opinion, to be honest.
Yeah.
The next game, Premier League side Leicester won 4-1 at home to Randers. You'd expect Leicester to win this game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, the scoreline tonight says it all. They play in the next game. To be honest with you, I think Brendan Rodgers can rest some players in the next game. To be honest with you, I think even if they played with about 4 or 5 first teamers in the next game, I think they'll still go through with ease. Even if they picked up a 1-0 or 2-0 win in the next game, Leicester, just rest a few vital players. They're safely through to the quarterfinals. That I tipped Leicester. They're one of my teams who I think will reach the semis, maybe the final as well.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, they'd be one of the favourites at the moment. Next up, Marseille 3, Karabag 1. Karabag from Azerbaijan lose 3-1 away at a tough place to go, Marseille. Would you agree with that?
I would, Charlie, yeah. I think, to be honest with you, it's like what I said, 3 teams. I tipped, the 3 teams that I think of is going to be Leicester, the 3 toughest teams, Leicester, Marseille, and PSV. They're the 3 strongest teams in there at the minute. You might get one of these other teams that's an underdog that get to the semi-finals, but it's like what I said. It's all the luck of the draw, to be honest with you. I can see Leicester City definitely getting to the final. Maybe if they can avoid Marseille, and most probably obviously play him in the final. I think, to be honest with you, with this, I know it's the first tournament in it ever, like this Europa Conference, but you want like a brilliant final. 2 good teams and an entertaining final. That's what you want especially in the first major competition of this season. So yeah, but fair play to Marseille winning 3-1. They're the favourites in the next game. They'll go through with ease and very comfortably. So
yeah.
I mean, fair play to them. They've got to be one of the favourites with Leicester.
Yeah, definitely. And then the final game was Sparta Prague 0, Partizan Belgrade 1. A disappointing result at home there for Sparta Prague.
Yeah, it was a bit of a disappointing result. But trouble is, though, with these 2 teams, I think they've played before throughout the throughout the years, and I think they've both beat one another, in the games. So I'm not surprised with the result tonight. Obviously, fair play to them, winning 1-0, being away, keeping a clean sheet. I read a little bit about this game. Apparently, for example, Belgrade, they did defend well in that league, in the game. Sorry. So, but yeah, they might be favourites to go for, like, obviously win the next game and go through. So I think you're talking maybe one of these could be, obviously they're going to the quarterfinals. They might edge it to the semi-finals as well, but I can't see them getting any further than that.
Yeah. So that's all the games. I'm gonna ask you, Anthony, your early predictions for who's gonna win each tournament. I'll start with the Europa League, and then we'll go to the Europa Conference.
Okay.
So Europa League, if you had to put money on someone winning it now, who would you say, and why?
Oh, blimey. Trouble is, though, that's a tough game. You got Barcelona and Napoli. They won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Despite how Barcelona are doing at the minute, and obviously the striker that they got from us, Aubameyang, I can't see Barcelona winning this tournament. You most probably say Napoli might be slightly the underdogs, but sometimes I do vote for the underdogs, so I can see Napoli coming out through this. The other teams that's left in there. Do you know what? I most probably see Napoli.
Really?
I most probably would. I mean, because they're not in that bad position in the in Serie A at the moment, are they?
No.
They are quite near. They are quite near the top. I think they're around about 5th, maybe.
Got to remember there's teams as well that are still in the tournament that didn't play tonight as well. So teams like West Ham and teams like that. Do you think any of them have a chance?
West Ham. Do you know what? Most probably with West Ham, I can most probably see them getting to maybe. I think they're most probably doing Arsenal. I think West Ham, if they can concentrate on playing their game and focusing well, and playing the style of play that they're normally playing, and doing well with it, because they're not doing too bad in the league at the minute, are they, in the Prem? If they could take that out of there and put that into Europa League, I think to myself, I think you might be talking around about a semi-final place for West Ham. I can't see him winning the trophy. But yeah, in a minute, I just think Napoli's one of the teams that you've got to look out for.
Yeah. And Europa Conference League, who would you say for that tournament?
For that tournament, it's like what I said in the last bit. On the last bit of it, if it's about avoiding the draws, basically. I think PSV, Marseille, and Leicester, I think they're the best three in that competition. I do vote. I think Leicester got obviously a chance of getting into the final. If I had to predict it, I'll most probably see a Leicester and Marseille final.
Yeah.
But regarding that, obviously with us being English, I would like an English team to win it, sort of thing, So I would like Leicester to win it. Obviously, I would vote for Leicester. I think they got my shout. I think even though they're doing a bit poor in the Premier League at the minute, I think they're about, where are Leicester, about 9th or 10th, aren't they, in the league?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think if they can finish round about there, Leicester top 10, and win this trophy, I think that's what Leicester fans are eager for. They want a bit of silverware now, don't they, Leicester? So, but I did win. I did read, sorry, that if Leicester do win this competition, whoever wins it, the conference, apparently the winners, they pick up 5 million. I know it is silverware. It's 5 million, plus they get around about 2.5 million as well within TV rights. So all in total is 7.5 million, and obviously a trophy at the end of it. So, but I hope it goes to Leicester.
Yeah. I agree with that. Of course, after every episode, we will be asking you the same question at the end. See if your opinion changes at all, or will it stay the same throughout the tournament? So all the second legs, I believe, are next week. This time next week, so we should be back this time next Thursday. Yeah, all the second legs are next Thursday. So we'll be back around 10:15 on next Thursday. Well, we should be anyway. But Anthony, where can we find you, mate?
Right, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Anthony Hibbert. You can also find me on SVT TV. If you can like and subscribe to that one and give a donation, because it goes to a good cause. You can find me on this channel here, Football United TV, with Matt and cousin Charlie from Brazil. They're doing a good job, so make sure everybody likes and subscribe to them. Get the subs up a bit. That'd be all right. And also, you can find me and little Charlie over here at Dugout Daily. And you can find us on tomorrow's night show, on the Hibbert and Herbert show.
Yeah, we will be back for that one. So everybody can find me here, of course, Football United TV, where I host the show. This show every time Europa and Europa Conference League matches are on. So you can find me here some point soon. You cannot. Well, my main home is Dugout Daily and Hit the Apex. That's my F1 channel. Dugout Daily, my football channel. Also at MCFC Hibs on Twitter, also at FootyAwayFans _. Big up everyone who watched tonight, and everybody take care, and you should see me and Anthony on a show tomorrow night discussing everything football over the last week. So everybody stay safe, and we'll see you all soon. Everybody take care and goodbye for now.